how to balance out the productivity gains from generative AI technologies with concerns over job losses and greater inequality. That is the focus of a new IMF paper. It is arguing that fiscal policy could play a big role in supporting more equal distribution of gains and opportunities from generative AI. CGTN's Karina Mitchell spoke with one of the report's co-authors, Ruud de Mooij, Deputy Director of the Fiscal Affairs Department at the International Monetary Fund. Karina began by asking him about the potential impact of AI and its effect on the global workplace.
Artificial intelligence can really have a tremendous impact on labor markets. And so we know that some jobs will not be affected, but estimates suggest that around 40% of all the jobs around the world will be exposed to artificial intelligence. And this can range from positive productivity effects for people on the job because they can use the artificial intelligence, but also some jobs will become redundant and taken over by machines. And what we've seen in the past is that artificial intelligence and robotization and automation have basically replaced mainly low-skilled and middle-skilled workers. Think of robots taking over jobs in manufacturing, chatbots. We've seen the self-checkouts, mainly routine tasks that took over jobs of low and middle-skilled. But for the future, we are facing generative AI, and generative AI is much more sophisticated and has the potential to take over also the more cognitive tasks that are taken by skilled workers. Think of diagnosing test results or writing text or complex programming. So also in the future, we expect high-skilled workers to be much more exposed, but also they may gain from these developments.
And you do say fiscal policy is sort of key, if you will, to help sort of level the playing field when it comes to the advantages of AI. And that includes changes to the tax system. Can you please expand upon that?
Yeah, so the study discusses a number of tax issues that may be relevant in the context of artificial intelligence. And one of the issues is, for instance, the business taxation. Several countries have all types of incentives for investment in different assets. And in some countries, particular advanced economies, they favor investments in automation. So they favor, for instance, investment in software, in computers. And there might have been good reasons to do that. But with AI coming and with potentially many jobs at risk, countries may want to reconsider those policies. Another area of taxation, which is, I think, important, is the taxation of capital income. We've seen over the past decades that capital income taxes have decreased over time, whereas labor taxes have increased. And at the same time, with artificial intelligence, we may expect, and this is what we have seen in the past, a rise in inequality, in particular, a rise in capital incomes. And with that comes also a more concentration of incomes among a small group of people. Now, if you put these things together, it is important to strengthen the taxation of capital income to rebalance these implications. So think of strengthening the corporate income tax, strengthening capital gains taxes to address the issues of inequality and the rising capital income share.
Ruud, it's a tough balancing act because you say in your report that governments need to come to work together, but they also need to be very agile, right, and quick to adapt because it is so innovative and so disruptive, AI. And, so then the question arises, how do you achieve the right balance between wanting to spur that innovation, right, and lead that sort of wave and all the benefits, and then minimizing the negative impacts?
This really goes to the heart of the report. So how to balance these two issues, because we do want artificial intelligence to basically be adopted and be deployed by companies because of the potential productivity gains, but we also want to manage the adverse implications. And social policies are really at the heart of this to broaden the gains from artificial intelligence. And so we discuss a number of these social policies. We discuss, for instance, unemployment insurance schemes. What we find is that in the past, unemployment insurance schemes have contributed to allow people to find better job matches after they become unemployed. We've also looked at issues of wage insurance, which means if you become unemployed, you rely on unemployment benefits, then you have a job offer, but the wage is lower than you had previously. Then the government could insure or subsidize temporarily the difference. And this allows people to more quickly accept a job and to maintain their human capital and remain higher wages. So this leads also to the issue of reskilling and retraining, which is very important in the age of AI, that people have the right skills. And so what we find in our paper is from model simulations, if you combine good social policies, unemployment insurance, active labor market policies, that can really soften the implications of the transformation of artificial intelligence.